What's up, guys? Welcome and thank you for being here with us on PS Best Friends, episode 23 for the week of October 17th, 2017. I almost said August. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. We got a bunch of news for you this week. We got more on loot boxes. We know you've heard all about it. We're going to give you our opinions on it. We'll try not to dwell on it, but we do have, I feel, some different opinions than other people. So Miguel and I talk about that for Shadow of War, and then we'll just kind of talk about it generally as well. We also have a lot of other news, some PSVR news, some Ubisoft news, South Park news. I can't believe that game's coming out. Can you believe that game's coming out? As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm. With us today, my good friends, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What?
And Miguel Alvarez.
What's going on?
So funny, for like the longest time when we started this podcast, Jeffrey would pronounce your name Alvarez. Is it Alvarez or Alvarez?
Alvarez, yeah.
Alvarez.
Alvarez?
Yeah.
Like, I can't roll my R's, but
It doesn't matter, dude.
all right.
It doesn't bother me. How are you?
Yeah, I don't know. So, what you guys been playing this week? Jeffrey's been busy doing non-PlayStation stuff.
I haven't been doing much. On Wednesday I went to visit my friend in Indiana University. I got this little, if you're watching the video, this little Knob Creek amiibo. That was pretty cool. It's just this small. It's the Knob Creek bottle. And but just a miniaturized. It's like to scale. It's a little 50 milliliter. It looks like a little cute amiibo.
Wait, you said amiibo?
Yeah.
I'm just catching now. That's funny.
But I brought my Switch. I don't know. I didn't really play much. The flight's only like an hour and a half. It was the first time I got to like bring my Switch and do that. Like, whoa, console in the airplane. But after about like 10 minutes of walking around at Zelda, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna listen to like a podcast and.
I know that game's
That's
boring.
what I did. So I had jury duty this past week, and I was like, I'm gonna bring my Vita and play my Vita, and then I ended up just like sitting there listening to podcasts and like.
Yeah. But besides that, I got to watch a lot of college games like Madden 17 and Madden 18.
7. Those are not
And
college
Rock Band
games.
4
He means
actually.
like games
Time,
that people play on.
I know, dude. I know. What I'm fucking
first time I actually got to see it or play Rock Band 4 in action. We jammed out to that. That game has a terrible set list. And the Rock Band.
That's why I let my friend borrow it, and I don't even care that he still has it because it's like the set list.
The Rock Band guitar still sucks so much ass. That strum bar sucks. The drums are tight though. Rock Band 4. A little late, but solid piece. If you have songs that you could export.
Yeah,
That's the newer one that came out, right?
That's the newest one, yeah.
I thought it was 5.
I mean, they actually made a new one called Rivals, which was an expansion to that.
It's the same. It's like when Dark Arisen came out for Dragon's Dogma. It's like you couldn't buy the regular Dragon's Dogma after Dark Arisen came out.
We got all the comparisons here. Music, genre, RPG. Compare them all.
Yeah, so what you been playing, Miguel?
So, I have played Shadow of War. Great game so far. I'm like 6-7 hours in. Fortnite. I guess I played Fortnite at the beginning of the week, so Monday, and I didn't touch it till yesterday, until Saturday, and I guess they did an update with the stats, so it shows your stats and shit.
Did it show the previous stats or did it refresh?
They cut some out because I was checking my stats and I know I have on solos. I know I have more than 10 wins on it, but I had 7. I was like, what the fuck? And on duels, I know we won, right?
No, we were the second team in duos.
Really?
We only played duos once. But we won
squads. With
squads.
someone. I don't remember with who. But I won with someone and I don't have that. And then in squads, it's so you're missing stats, so it's all good though.
I mean, that's how PUBG was too, where it stats up randomly.
Yeah, whatever. And what else did I play? Oh, I played the Gran Turismo Sport beta.
Oh, how's that?
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
How's it look?
It looks great. It looks gorgeous, but this game is not the full game. It's not 7. It's the Prelude or the Gran Turismo A spec that released between 3 and 4, and the Prelude that released between, what was it, 5 and 6.
So you're saying that the full game isn't a true numbered. It's not going to be like a numbered game.
No, that's gonna be coming out a couple years from now.
Okay,
I can see it because because the game is coming. That was like 3 years ago when the PS4 came out.
PS4
came out for the PS3 for whatever fucking reason.
No, it was 2013.
So the game is gonna release only with like 130, 40 cars. And usually they release with like over 1,000 cars.
Yeah.
And it's only going to have, most of them are going to be like the newer, fancy fucking Ferraris and Lamborghinis and racing cars. And usually, what I like playing, what a lot of people like playing those kind of types of games is for like grabbing a little fucking Toyota Celica or
like a hatch or
Honda, something like that, and tuning it up and racing it. And you're not going to have those type of cars, which fucking sucks.
Well, it is called GT Sport. So
yeah, and well, if they said that they're gonna add content to it, I don't remember if they said for free or not. If they do, like car packs, probably not. They're gonna charge for them, but if they do, that'd be pretty cool though. They just add cars every month, release like, I don't know, 50, 100 cars.
What makes it, because it's starting to sound more like Drive Club than it does a main Gran Turismo game to me.
I mean, they were pretty similar. The Drive Clubs are a little bit more arcadey than Sim.
Right. I don't mean physics wise. I mean, like, you're right. I'm saying from like how the game is kind of going to work from like a meta standpoint. Like, it sounds like the game, like the menus and like all the, like the way they're supporting it sounds more like Drive Club than it does a GT game. Because like Forza 7 is a massive.
It's a complete game. Yeah. The only thing is killing is like the mods and loot boxes and stuff like that.
Like, okay, so Forza 6 is a better example. If that was a full complete game with as many cars as they could possibly cram into it. And I mean, even GT6 was, it was a full game.
Oh, GT6 was a full game.
Like they're kind of piecemealing it, like, or through updates or something. So
it's like
interesting to see how it does, especially going up against Forza 7 and Project Cars 2, because that's apparently that's a decent game too. Project Cars 2.
Yeah. The problem with that game,
something similar to what you just said with the piecemeal. I didn't get to play yet, but Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I just got from GameFly, and that's looking like some bullshit. That it's like,
I know it's like pulling some Street Fighter 5 shit, where it's like we'll add
because it's such a small shell roster, and then they're already planning on putting so many.
Is it small or isn't it like they filled the roster with some other fucking characters that nobody knows?
It's like half the size of the last one.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Oh, but you're comparing when it were released or when like the fucking fifth version came out?
Vanilla Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And because they're saying, it's going to be game as a service, so we're going to put more characters in. But it's like, you get to charge us for those. It's like, what the fuck, that pays $60. But just quick, also, I forgot to mention, I have been playing SteamWorld Dig 1 on the PS4. It was a plus game sometime.
About a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're an Plus guy and downloaded every Plus game, you'd have it. This game is fun. People say it's like Metroidvania, which like if you're not into Metroidvania, that like might be a word that you'd like avoid. But it's very, very light Metroidvania in the sense that
it seems more like if Dig Dug was like expanded.
People say Dig
platforming is Dig Dug. I don't know if that's how it plays.
I mean, I know Motherload, which is that game. It used to be an old-flash game. It was a PS4 launch.
Yeah, like Super Mother. Yeah,
you dig it down and shit. And what SteamWorld Dig to me is like pretty much a fully fleshed out Motherload, where like there's way more going on than just basic Arc Collection. But yeah, that's actually what I did play in the beginning of the week.
Yeah, I should download that. I'm pretty sure I added it to my account, so I should check it out. SteamWorld did 2. Are you sure it wasn't Heist? No, Heist wasn't.
No, okay. So I thought it was Heist also, and I actually thought it was Heist so much that I Googled
I think it was one of those like PlayStation Plus discounts when that came out. Maybe that's why I'm thinking that. Like I think it was like if you pre-order it with Plus,
Heist definitely is
$3 or something. So I have been playing. What have I been playing this week? I played Shadow of War. which Miguel and I will give our thoughts on in a little bit. I'll save my thoughts for the conversation. I've also been playing Stardew Valley still on Switch. I jumped back into Darkest Dungeon because I haven't touched it in a while. So I've been playing that on Vita a little bit. And then I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 1 still. I really like the In the Name of the Czar
I gotta
DLC.
jump into it.
I like the DLC a lot.
Yeah.
The maps are very good. I haven't unlocked any of the new guns yet, but I haven't really tried to because there's challenges to do for them. So that's not a matter of I can't. It's just I haven't tried. And I've been playing something else. I can't think of what, though. Oh, Cuphead. I finally tried Cuphead. I don't remember if I talked about it on the last pod. I watched my best friend beat it in like an hour and 3 minutes.
Oh, he ended up doing that?
Yeah. So he knows he can do it better. So I recorded him doing it, but we're gonna do it again because I know he can do it faster because he got stuck on
crazy.
the last three-headed dragon.
Wow.
But yeah, he beat it in like an hour and 3 minutes. It's insane. So that's cool. Other than that, like I said, I had jury duty this week. I had anxiety all about it. It's end of the quarter shit at work, so I was stressed out at work all week. So that's kind of why I didn't really play anything other than I just mindlessly played Battlefield earlier in the week. But I can't wait to talk about Shadow of War. I got some impressions on it that are different from when I first started playing it. But let's get into it. Now it is time for
the Islander Report.
There'll be some news.
There are 12 items on the list.
We really gotta change that. A captain's count.
Nice. First up, PlayStation VR launched a little over 1 year ago, where I made a pretty ridiculous purchase to pay $400 for some early-ass tech. And it's already delivered well over 100 unique experiences, ranging from the delightful to the horrifying, and just about everything in between. Sony has announced the current lineup of 60-plus games coming to PlayStation 4's virtual reality platform through late 2017 and early 2018. Fun unrelated note: my friends were showing me his mom and his sister at like some airport in Texas, and they had like a little like kiosk or like booth or whatever, like try this out like VR thing. And from the picture she was showing me, it looked like they just put Gear VR, like you pay $10 or whatever, and they put Gear VR on you and let you see an experience. I'm like, well, that's funny. And like they're loving it. Like, I guess it's like a cool tourist attraction, like not tourist attraction, but like little claw game type thing. Hey, what are your thoughts, PSVR? Jörg.
I'm glad to see that
Anthony.
there's 60 plus games coming. That's rad. I'm broke, so if it's not coming to retail, I'm not able to rent it on GameFly, which is a lot of these digital. Yeah, hopefully they start adding plus VR games. I would be okay with cutting the
rigs right now.
Yeah, I mean, digital games, like digital only games, I'm not able to play because I'm broke, but I would like to play more. But if they come to retail, I would lovingly rent
It's
them.
nice to see that they're actually supporting it with games. I just hope that they pick
6 is a good amount.
a couple. Yeah, I just hope that they picked a couple and promoted them.
Yeah.
Because they dropped the ball.
Because it's like, hey, here's 60 games coming, and so, like, where's the promotion for it?
Yeah.
Like, where's some ads on the TV or something like that?
They say there's over 100 unique experiences, right? But how many of them has PlayStation ever even focused on? Like 5?
4 or 5, yeah.
Because you got the Bravo team coming. There's the guys that made
There's
Supermassive Games.
Yeah, Supermassive is making like 4 or 5 VR games.
Yeah,
Sony needs to.
You got the Doom. You got Gran Turismo Sport. Moss, that little fucking rat thingy.
Oh, that game looks good. I might have to get that.
You guys were all over it. I don't get it.
This content. VR.
There's a bunch of cool games coming. It's just
first year quick hot takes. You could have made this a whole topic, but like, what would you guys rate it? The PSVR for the first year? I guess Miguel didn't have.
Well, I haven't touched it much. So I can't.
So let's go me and you, Jeff, because we actually own it.
Yeah.
I'd say a C plus.
I was gonna give it a number. So stick with it.
Okay, so a 78, 77? 7.7?
I was thinking maybe a 7 or 6.5.
Okay, maybe mine was a little high.
Pretty solid in terms of game. Pretty solid. Price and like my expectations, I think missed both of those. I kind of expected.
You really think that they missed on the price for the VR?
for the experiences you're getting, I mean, it's still the cheapest, but like, I still think it's still pretty expensive for maybe at the time. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know much.
I mean,
VR stuff costs.
with the Vive and the Oculus cutting their prices like to have right now. I don't remember. They're like what, like $400
I
bucks.
think
I could
Sony-
see a price cut in the
I
VR.
could see another one in maybe 6 months.
Next month.
I could see it drop until because
I could see something for Black Friday.
450.
Yeah, or just
Mhm.
400. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, so I could see like 350, and then like
those
maybe
two, yeah,
maybe a year and a half, 2 years, I could see 300.
it's interesting.
So yeah,
Next up,
VR.
EA has feedback from Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta, including issues around loot crates. In a post thanking players for engaging with the beta, EA discusses likely changes that will appear in the full game. The most contentious issue in the beta was the use of loot crates, which raised fears the game might be pay to win.
It is pay to win.
EA has attempted to clarify that star cards, outfits, emotes, and victory poses will all be available in loot crates, purchasable with both in-game crates and premium currency. In an effort to balance the potential effect of players buying crates, the most powerful items will not be included in crates. Instead, they'll be unlocked via in-game achievements. What the fuck? Why is this something that a developer needs to say? That
I'm waiting until the game's out, just like how I waited to play Shadow of War.
Like, really? You have to say that?
But I'm not feeling as good about this one as I feel about Shadow of War. I wasn't so much as worried about because the developers openly said we balanced the game as if loot crates weren't in the game. So I was less worried about that. But I am going to wait. I'm going to reserve my judgment until the game's in my hands.
Everyone should be worried about this game.
Oh, I'm worried about it, but I'm going to wait to pass a verdict on how I feel about it.
Ding, 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 ding. It is time for Toad's topic of the episode, loot crates. What are your thoughts on them? Let's go. Let's start and go.
So
you want to give the description?
Yeah, let's.
You want to give the description of
the next news segment, and then we'll go into what our thoughts on it.
Read the description that the ESRB gave.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice.
And then we'll go on it.
The Electronic Software Rating Board (ESRB) has waded into. Just fucking make it. My eyes. This text is so small for like how big the screen is. Has waded into the recent conversation surrounding loot boxes, saying the mechanic does not fulfill its criteria for using gambling as a game descriptor. Quote, while there's an element of chance in these mechanics, the player is always guaranteed to receive in-game content, even if the player unfortunately receives something that they don't want. We think of it as a similar principle to collectible card games. Sometimes you open a pack and get a brand new holographic card you've had your eye on for a while, but at other times you'll end up with a pack of cards you already have. Should there be any gambling or gambling-related mechanics in a game, ESRB assigns one of two content descriptors as part of the rating. Simulated gambling. Players can simulate gambling without betting or wagering real cash or currency. And real gambling. Players can actually gamble, include betting or wagering real cash or currency. If there's any real gambling in a game or app, it will always receive an adults-only rating. Didn't know that, but I guess that makes sense because has to be over 18 to gamble. But
21 in some states. Not
21, yeah.
Yeah. Bullshit. I call bullshit on it. First of all, you are gambling. Exactly. You're trying to get in-game contact, but you're still putting money, and you're not getting anything of value out of it. And their description is like, oh, you're not getting any value out of it, so it's not gambling.
Well, time out. Hold on. Let's not focus on if they're gambling or not. If they have a purpose in the game industry, in the current $60 game model, besides just profiting the company.
Okay, so let's actually look into what they're saying. The player is always guaranteed to receive in-game content, even if the player unfortunately receives something they don't want. So that's kind of what my point was that gambling, like real life, like money and gambling, you go to the gas station, you say, I want, $1 backup on fucking pick 3, pick 5, whatever. I don't know how I never fucking play the lotto. You are paying money that you might not get anything back for. With games, you're always getting something. Whether it's a piece of shit skin you don't want, you're still getting something back. Just because it's something you don't like doesn't mean you're not getting any. Now, don't misconstrue this as me saying I want loot boxes in games, because I don't want them in games. But I do agree from a legal standpoint that I don't think
it's not gambling.
Gambling.
Okay.
And there's other games that also have the loophole of, like Shadow War is a good example. You don't buy the loot boxes. You buy gold, which you then buy the loot boxes with.
It's like in pretty much any other game then. Like in
Well,
COD,
no,
you don't buy the loot box,
buy
you
loot.
buy whatever the currency is, and then open the
Overwatch, you directly buy loot boxes. You say,
okay.
I want 10 boxes for
Overwatch. Who gives a fuck
$8 or whatever
Overwatch?
it is.
But Jeffrey, nothing?
So yeah, it's conflicting because I agree with the whole card mentality.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I feel like if you're on gambling, it's because if the player doesn't value camos, and the only thing of value is an actual gun that you could use in the game, then that is gambling, because if you don't get that, then you pretty much got nothing.
But that's a personal standpoint, though. That's not a legal. We're saying the legality of it. We're not saying
exactly. That's why I'm in a gray area.
You are personally choosing to gamble this loot box for content you might not want. But what PSRB is saying is that technically you are getting something back for your money. So you are buying something. You're not gambling something.
Then I would argue.
At a casino, you're gambling your money with no guarantee you will get anything back. It's not even
if
like
you're smart, you're gonna get money.
$1 back. You can
I would
get nothing.
I would argue getting a camo in a loot box is the same thing as getting nothing in a.
But that's an opinion. That's not. That's...
Okay. Bada boom. We're talking opinion. But in terms of loot boxes and games themselves, I think in all cases they're bullshit, because, and I don't agree with the, if you don't want it, then don't buy it. They clearly have value if the developers are putting them in the game and putting a price on them. And people say, it's just cosmetics. Well, cosmetics are part of the game, I don't walk into a level in Mario and the whole background's blue. There's design, it's cosmetics.
Right.
When I get when I get a fire flower, my suit changes. Oh, or it doesn't need to change, and I could just know I have fire flower.
No,
when I
you're
hit.
getting.
Oh, wait. All right. There's different levels of loot boxes that are just messed up, right? You got the only cosmetic ones that I really don't give a fuck about them. Like Battlefield, for example. Most of it is just cosmetic,
nothing except for get
the melee weapons.
Aside from the puzzle pieces, they mean and the squad.
It's useless. That then you got Call of Duty, that you got a lot of fucking camos and stuff like that, but you got guns in there that people would like to play with, but that's the only way you gotta spend with, which kind of sucks. But if you don't get them, if you don't buy them, you still got the other guns, and you could pick up the gun from the ground or whatever when you kill someone that has it. It's like, all right, whatever. What, third level? I'm thinking of something. Oh, here. I think they changed it, but Forza, when it came out, I guess they modified the loot boxes and how the system worked to get the modifications, put them on the races, and get more currency or something like that. I think they changed that.
Pretty much what used to be like a game mechanic.
Yeah, it used to be.
Because
from what I hear,
in the older Forzas, you were able to change difficulty settings to give you more credits. So, like, if you made it if you turned off, there used to be a little path on the road that showed you like what the best path is and when to brake and all that. Like, it would turn red when you should brake, green when you should accelerate. Things like that. I don't know if that specifically, but things like that. If you made braking harder, all that stuff, that would give you, if you turn certain things off, it would give you more percentage of credits that you would get at the end. And apparently they've changed that where you can't just do that in game anymore or something like that.
Yeah, you gotta get them from the loot boxes now, and they're like edibles, or what they call them? Not edibles, consumables. There you go. That's the name they put them on them. and and before it was just you could just turn a fucking slider on and off, and that was it. It was in the which is fucking stupid. The newer fucking level for this, it's what EA is doing with Star Wars if they keep it this way. So you're getting what is it? Star cards and what is it? Outfits, emotes, or whatever. Pretty much the star cards are the ones that you gotta put into your weapons and your classes.
It's basically attachments.
You're starting to put perks. Yeah, man, that's ridiculous. Imagine going back in 2009, telling you Modern Warfare 2, all these new perks, all these new pros, all these new pro editions of the perks, and loot boxes.
Remember unlocking Martyrdom is still the worst perk of all time.
Whatever, you get a pro of that because you did challenges in the game with that perk. You earn the perk. Now you have to fucking open up 1,000 boxes to get.
And like I said, don't just because I am agreeing with the ESRB on the legality of it doesn't mean that I think that.
I know we don't kind of agree.
I don't like the idea of loot boxes.
I don't mind them. Loot boxes of any place that they're any good.
See, let me give you this.
I think Overwatch is okay because it's purely skins.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this example for your Shadow War that I've been playing. I got a bunch of what is it, Marinian, right? The currency on it. I got a bunch of it. Yeah, I got a bunch of it. I could open like I don't know what to do with them. I could open the cases, but I'm not.
I buy them.
I could open it and get I guess they're the weapons.
You can either do the weapon. There's the silver weapons one or the silver orcs one. Yeah, you can do.
Yeah. You don't need them because you're going to get them through the game. I got a bunch of them already. This game, you just, man, I don't get it.
It seems
just a little
forced.
Whoever has a problem with gambling, it's what they're getting. And I'm glad I'm glad they're going to try to put something on the case or whatever that they're like, hey, this game has loot boxes or something like that.
Well, because on the App Store on iPhone it says this app or this game offers in-app purchases.
I don't think that's going to stop anyone.
The problem is putting that on the box.
It's just going to be on everything, and it's pretty much like when you're seeing like if it has online. Back when you used to say Xbox Live, if it had on, then everything had it.
Back in the PS2 with SOCOM.
Now we'll just purchases on game boxes, and people just get used to it.
So I just want to I want to give my thoughts on Shadow War because
I have a question about the loot boxes.
Okay,
what do you guys mind for the game? Because they're doing it because they need money, right? They're trying to get more money. The companies.
Yeah.
Would you guys be better off if they take the loot boxes out and raise the prices of the games from 60 to I don't know, like $80?
It's difficult for Jeffrey and I to say because we gameplay everything.
Oh, I know.
No. Straight up. What they should do is a $60 game shouldn't have loot boxes until 90 days after the game comes out. At day one, it makes no sense that I should be paying $60 and supplement your costs. If there's more upkeep and stuff, or even if the game in general,
say 30 days would be reasonable.
I don't agree with that because Call of Duty does that. If you think about it, they've been doing it for like 3 years. They started doing this shit.
It's like a couple.
You got the loot boxes, and it's just cosmetics. And then after like a couple of months later, it's when they start adding those guns and started adding all these stuff. So they got it in lockdown. They know what they're doing because they've been doing it for a while.
I mean, it's still built into the game, like the multiplayer.
But most of the games are gonna be like this now.
I know. There's no saving grace.
So you guys are okay with it? Leave the game at 60. Fucking tear this shit down. Put everything on the loot boxes. I'm not saying every game's gonna do it.
I'll pay an increased price for a game. That's so. And I pay an increased game. If a game today had the unlockable skins like from a Tony Hawk or a God of War 2 or whatever, had those in it, I'd pay an extra $10 or $20. Honestly, if it had access to all of the shaders in Destiny 2, I'd pay the extra $20.
That's why they had season passes and all this stuff.
Season pass is another expense on the current loot box model.
Yeah, but when season passes started, that's what you had. They were including all this extra fucking content, and then they just started taking that out.
Now it's
But
basically
you had
See,
that
that's the thing is
before.
Battlefront 2 has no season pass. It's only loot boxes. So it's like you can't complain about Battlefront 1 having a $50 season pass, and then Battlefront 2 being
No.
season pass, all
Don't give me
DLC
this
free,
shit.
and then also loot boxes.
Everyone was
I mean, you can't
complaining.
complain about it. I
Wait.
guess.
No, you can. Because in Star Wars, the first game, Battlefront, whatever the fuck you want to call it,
Those
the
games
game
really
was
matter.
shit. It was multiplayer only.
yeah,
And
but
then
I knew
he
what I
had
was getting.
shit. I know, but a lot of people didn't.
I know.
They
I'm
just
not
came
right
in
with
the exactly, and then it's like, oh, you want all this pretty much the half of the fucking content in the game. You gotta pay an extra $50 for
See,
it.
the thing
That
that
was
really
bullshit.
got me mad about Battlefront 1 is that the first DLC was the Outer Rim DLC, which was a riff on all the maps that were in the fucking game originally. It was Sullust, and it was like fucking more Tatooine shit. And it's like, dude, you already have these fucking assets, and the first DLC is Tatooine and Sullust? So that got me mad. But then the DLCs 2, 3, and 4 were good. So,
But yeah, they
But
got
I feel what you're saying.
That should have been the whole game at launch.
microtransactions. Do it right, guys.
yeah. So, but I do just want to chime in. For
Oh
Shadow
yeah, on
War.
your Shadow War.
I think that you
Oh, yeah.
earn enough in-game currency to get silver. Like, okay, so there's silver loot boxes which you can buy with in-game currency. Gold loot boxes which you
I'm
need
gonna
to
stop you.
buy gold to get. I think you get enough silver currency in-game to get enough silver boxes. I don't see the problem. The
How
game
much
feels
have you
like
played
it
the
doesn't.
game?
The game, I'm about 3-4 hours in. The game feels like it doesn't. I can't speak to the end game that everyone's saying you need to grind for. So once you and I get to that point, we'll speak more on that. But just the general game overall, from the beginning to about a couple hours in, it feels like they don't need to be there.
I don't get why people are saying
It feels like they don't
grind.
need to be there because I already ran into a legendary orc in the game, and I have a
their
legendary
level goes
sword
up
and a
as
legendary
yours
bow
goes up too.
already. So I just feel like it's just it feels like it doesn't need to be there. Like to the developers' credit, it feels like they balanced the game to not need loot boxes. So that's why it's weird that they're there in the first place.
Oh, you can even tell when you go to the store. Like the store looks a little bit they just like attach everything really quick there. It's not as well what's the word that I'm looking for? It doesn't look as well as the other menus. That's what I'm getting to. It looks just like pretty much just put together there. They
Like
did
they
it
just
in the
threw
last
it
like
in
2
last
months.
second. They're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, we
And
gotta
they're
put
like,
it
oh,
in."
here, just yeah, because you don't need them. Like I said, I'm like
the game really does
between
feel
6 to
like
8 hours in.
You don't need to buy them. Like
You could
like I
get-
said, we're not at the end game because apparently people online are saying like the end game stuff is what you really need to grind for.
No, and
You can't speak
it's
to
not a lot of people. What we heard is the reviewers. Some of them were
But Dan
like,
Stapleton from IGN straight out says, I ran into plenty of legendary orcs, got plenty of legendary
Exactly.
armor and gear, and you don't need to.
like I said last week, you had 50% of them that are like, oh, you don't need them, just play the game.
I'm leaning more
And
towards
you got the
Dan
other
Stapleton's
50%
mentality
that are like,
so far.
oh,
so far.
you need them. It's like the
They might not
50%
be
are
good
just
at the
trying
game.
to.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I know there's that whole issue with like reviewers don't need to be good at the games. They just need to become. I get
You
that
need to be
whole-
good
I
at
get that whole
the
issue.
game that you're
You know,
playing.
whatever. I'm not trying to start anything about that, but it might be that the reviewers aren't good at the game because I'm not. You know what I mean? So, but we are still, a little early on in the game. So we'll get back to this one next week. Once
The game's fun. I gotta say that.
I wasn't feeling the opening of the game. I was kind of like, ugh, like it's.
Oh yeah.
taking so
Oh, I
long
mean
to
the opening is pretty much like recapping what happened in the first one.
Yeah, but even
game,
like the
so
first
give you
couple
a little
missions were
backstory.
kind of slow. But now that I'm back into
Oh
just
yeah.
like I've ran into a nemesis twice already, and then like I'm back into it. I'm good. So
The
I'm
stupid lines that the orcs fucking say.
It's
That is
so
hilarious.
dumb, but it's so good because it's so dumb. You know what I mean?
Jeffrey, any thoughts on it? Oh wait, you haven't played it. My bad.
I haven't touched that, but yeah, loot boxes.
Who is Shilab?
Bazinga. But next up, we got veteran BioWare game designer and senior game director Mike Laidlaw left his position with the company. Laidlaw made public the announcement on his personal Twitter account saying, quote, "It's time for me to move on," end quote. Laidlaw has been with the company for 14 years, working on huge BioWare games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
You sound so unenthusiastic about that.
Yeah,
best of luck in your career. He worked on some good games.
Isn't it
You
weird that
saw-
everyone's leaving from BioWare?
Yeah, BioWare
But
looks
Casey
like
Hudson
the top
is
guys.
back, and that's the biggest news, I think. So
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
News tells about South Park: The Fractured Buttholes $30 season pass available October 17th for PS4. The season pass will include 3 DLC packs and free day one content.
All right, I'm gonna stop you there. You said free day one content, right? All right, keep reading and then tell me if you think it's free.
The day one content includes Relics of Zeron costume and perks pack, which will be available to non-season pass holders on October 17th for $5. So get content that's $5.
Keep reading.
As well as the Tally Your Gaming Bud, which provides an in-game tip giving buddy and will be available to those without a season pass on October 24th for $2. The first of the DLC packs included with the season pass is Danger Deck, where the players have to face the ultimate combat challenge in Dr. Timothy's Danger Deck. Danger Deck will also be available to all players as a separate purchase for $6 in December.
All right, that's it. That's
No,
a
there's
different story.
There's one more pack.
Here, so what's free from it? From what you read
it's
right now?
free if you have
the season pass.
So it's
Yeah,
worded
it's
dumb. It's worded
Like
really
saying
dumb.
Plus games, no, we got it. It's like saying plus games are free.
What's free?
But I mean, I guess you're right, but that's different because it's spread out over a year.
Oh man, they worded that so
Like
perfectly.
you're not wrong, Jeffrey, but it's worded a little tricky. I mean, you
It's
could say
hilarious.
PlayStation Plus is worded tricky too by calling them free. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with it because this stuff is so cheap,
no.
but at the same time, it's like, don't say free content, just say included content. You know what I mean? It's not a big
That was
deal.
funny.
I don't care. I'm not making a big deal about it. But it's
No.
just like, just say it's included with the season pass instead of saying it's free.
No, and yeah, the second DLC pack is a new story called From Dust Till Casa Bonita, which has you team up with the Coon and Mysterion to defeat a demonic presence at Casa Bonita. It'll be available for $12 in 2018. And then lastly, Bring the Crunch add-on pack will feature another new story with an all-new class and will be available for $12 in 2018. So it looks like you get a good amount of content for this. There's going to be support for story, 2 story DLCs, a lot of just smaller DLCs. Look hype. I'm excited to play this, honestly, if I get a chance to gameplay it.
I
Next
probably
up,
won't play it, but
there's also
I've been hearing
detailed
good things
the
about it.
season pass for Assassin's Creed Origins, as well as a host of content that will be free as well. So the season pass is a Roman Centurion pack, a Horus pack. Horus is like the eagle god one. The Hidden One's first DLC, and then the Curse of the Pharaoh's second DLC. Curse of the Pharaohs looks like some zombie thing.
Yeah, it looks like they're adding some supernatural stuff to the DLC, which is kind of like with 3, they had the alternate timeline where George Washington took over as king. So that's cool that they're adding some side stuff and
content
some
is called Trial of the Gods, and it's like
That
this
looks
like a
cool.
Anubis guy. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, look at the
that
image. You
art
guys
looks
can find it.
fucking amazing.
I think I'm the only person on the planet that just has zero, like literally 0% hype for this game. I'll play it next year when it's on sale when I can gamefly it or something.
And more, a horde mode is coming as well as the Discovery Tour and then photo mode.
All right. Also, you missed a story. South Park creator Trey and Matt would love to make an FPS in the future. You want to?
That's cool. Dude.
Oh, they didn't read it. Quote, I would love to make a first-person shooter. I'm not even kidding, end quote. Stone said in an interview with IGN, quote, some sort of first-person going through a 3D thing where you're seeing characters, end quote. Nice.
So what I was hearing, I think it might have been on Beyond, where someone said this would be a cool VR thing to do.
Yeah,
dude, I would love playing just even if there was no gameplay, you just walked around South Park in VR. I think that would be fucking dope. So I think it was Marty Sleva that said that. So shout out to him for making up an idea that won't come to fruition, anyways. But I think that's a dope idea. I would love South Park in VR, just walking around and like you walk up to Cartman, and he's like, "Hey, who the fuck are you, guy?"
That's actually pretty good, dude.
Top of the notch. 3 classic 8-bit NES adventure games are coming out soon on PlayStation 4. Packaged in a bundle called the 8-Bit Adventure Anthology Volume 1. Abstraction Games will be releasing NES titles Shadowgate, The Uninvited, and Deja Vu on October 31st.
Have you guys played any of them?
Haven't even
No.
heard of
Have you guys even heard of them?
Might have
No.
heard of Shadowgate, but not The Uninvited and Deja Vu.
Same here.
Following Hideo Kojima's onstage announcement at Brazil Game Show 2017, Kojima Productions' new line of Ludens figures have been announced. 40 different figures of the Koji Pro mascot are now available for pre-order and will be released in spring 2018.
These
All right.
look dope. They're
They
expensive.
look
as shit.
fucking great.
Really fucking good.
But they need to stop fucking showing so much of that shit and just do the game.
Well,
Oh,
they
no, they
said
love-
Ludens has nothing to do with Death Stranding.
Just-
So
it's just a
you can
lot-
talk as much about Ludens as you want because it has nothing to do with anything. It's like Naughty Dog talking about their mascot. You know what I mean? Like it's it's fine.
It's very odd. Blizzard might be working on a new project related to Overwatch if the new job listing is any indication. The second episode of Life is Strange Before the Storm, Brave New World will be available on October 19th. And lastly, Bungie has released a patch to address the crashing issues
About time.
players are experiencing when returning to the tower in Destiny 2.
This only happened to me once, but I mean, good they're fixing it. Miguel, have you played Before the Storm, the episode 1, or are you waiting on it?
No, I'm waiting until the 3.
I'm waiting until they're all out.
all 3.
I need to
Yeah.
finish the first season, so. But yeah, I'm gonna wait until that whole.
And you said don't spoil it, right? Last time I fucking.
I'm
told
gonna
you
get
guys
to it. I'm
play
gonna get to it. I'm on episode 3, I think. I like it a lot. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't care if you spoiled it. But I do legitimately like it, so I don't like to spoil it.
All right.
And
like it.
now for the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by your best friends. For the week of October 17th, 2017. First up, we have Abyss, The Wraiths of Eden. PS4 digital out 1020. Bosokusu Ka Wars 2 PS4 digital. Chaos Child PS4 PS Vita digital. Dungeons 3 PS4 digital retail. Alex PS4 digital retail.
What is it?
Sport PS4 digital retail. Welcome to the future of motorsports. Gran Turismo Sport is the world's first racing experience to be built from the ground up to bring global online competitions sanctioned by the highest governing body of international motorsports, the FIA, Federation International Automobile.
Hold on. So the multiplayer for this game is sanctioned by the FIA?
Oh, that's
I
another
don't
thing I
know
forgot to
what the
mention.
fuck that means.
That's like a big deal.
So the game, I guess the servers are connected to the FIA. So I guess they're gonna have they're trying to make it a esport too. So whenever people start racing with it, they're getting that information and they're gonna try to put it in cars and try to make it better and safer and shit like that. Which is pretty cool.
Really?
But it's that's one of the reasons I think why the cars that are on the game are the high end cars, and there's not a lot of the.
That's kind of
older
interesting.
cars.
I don't know how they can correlate a video game simulation to real life cars, but if they can correlate it, that's kind of cool.
I mean,
Hex.
you got FPSs that the military use to fucking train soldiers. So I mean,
like America's Army, fun VR game.
exactly.
But yeah, so this is
Exactly.
PlayStation's one of their top exclusives this holiday. So add that
I mean,
to
it's
it.
the only one, right?
Hex Card Clash PS4 digital. The Jackbox Party Pack 4 PS4 digital. Megaton Rainfall PSVR digital. No Heroes
like-
Allowed VR. Yeah, Megaton. Yeah.
Megaton Rainfall looks like Independence Day meets
become an indestructible interdimensional super being in this first-person superhero game and save Earth from an alien invasion.
the thumbnail looks like Independence Day meets War of the Worlds. I don't know if it's good. It's probably not. I mean, it's a VR game, so I'll look up a review. I probably won't, but
Real Farm PS4 digital out 1020. Realms of Arcana Blade of Destiny PS4 digital out 1016. Rogue Trooper Redux PS4 digital retail. Wow. Okay. The picture of this looks wacky.
it looks like
That's
yeah.
for sure. South Park: The Fractured Butthole PS4 digital retail. From the creators of South Park, the Trey Parker and Matt Stone, comes South Park: The Fractured Butthole. A sequel to 2014's award-winning South Park, The Stick of Truth. Players will once again assume the role of the new kid and join South Park favorites Stan, Kyle, Kenny, and Carmen in a new, hilarious, and outrageous RPG adventure. Spiral Splatter, PS4, PS Vita, digital, 1020. Summon Night 6, Lost Borders, PS4, PS Vita, digital retail. WWE 2K18, PS4, digital. And there you have it. The games of the week.
That's kind of misleading because 2K18 is physical as well. I don't know why they wouldn't say retail and digital.
I don't know. On the 2 weeks ago's drop or whatever last week on the broadcast, I mean, Ryan was like, "Oh, why doesn't the drop say retail for Evil Within? This should be retail."
Like, I don't know. Maybe you should look into it. You are the person. So I don't know. I've been hearing that WWE 2K18 is kind of rough. It kind of looks like balls.
Yeah, I don't know much. All right, moving on.
So now we have the questions of the week. We have 2 questions. First comes from Jake Jericho, listener. Good, best friend. He's always chiming in. He says, which games, if any, from your backlog do you wish you'd played but now never think you'll get around to? That is probably... I don't know. What do you guys think? There's a lot for me.
I got 2. Batman, the Telltale game. Still got to finish it. Probably not going to do it, but I want to finish it. The second game, it's the zombie game. I forgot the name. It's a zombie game. It's first person.
Zombie?
Yeah, it's a zombie game. First person.
Zombie U.
No,
not
come on,
that.
dude.
I know what you're saying.
Daybreak? No, Daylight?
Oh,
Deadlight. Daylight, no? Daylight.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know why I'm brain farting on the name of the game. Oh my god.
I think it's Daylight. Dying Light.
Dying Light.
It's Dying Light.
He can't hear you.
There you go.
Yeah. Dying Light.
Dying Light.
Yep, we already figured it out, but you can.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a great game, but a game I will never go back to. Jeff?
I wish I played the Half-Life games. I tried playing.
Okay.
I have like 10 hours in 2.
I tried, I think, too, and I just didn't get into it. I was just like, I didn't get it.
And then most anticipated game of 2018, apart from Red Dead 2, has got to be Spider-Man. I love that old Swiggler.
God of War for me. Love those games, so can't wait for the new one. And Last of Us 2, Part 2.
Nice.
I gotta say, for me, it's probably Spider-Man 2. Yeah, it's probably Spider-Man as well. Off the top of my head, it's Spider-Man. There might be like an obscure as fuck game that I can't think of, but Spider-Man's the first one that comes to mind.
Darkest Dungeon 2. They hint on
but
it.
Darkest Dungeon is coming to Switch, so I'll be getting that shit. And then Nathaniel Walker Hicks says, what are your must-play... Miguel, your thing's in the way. Google Docs.
I got nothing in the way.
Google Docs. What are your must-plays coming this week? What are you waiting to play, and what are you waiting to go on sale, or is going to be an official backlog game? So I'm going to try and play as much Shadow of War as I possibly can, but I know it's a very deep game.
That's going to be a backlog game for me, it looks like.
Well, I mean, you weren't as big of a fan of Shadow. I don't even think you played Shadow of Mordor, right?
No.
Yeah.
So you're not going to play it?
Yeah, you're not going to play it. Shadow of War, I'm going to try and play as much as I can. Evil Within and Wolfenstein are probably going to be games that I want to play, but we'll probably backlog them.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Evil Within 2 has better reviews than the first one, right?
Oh, is it? I didn't know.
It sounds like they're about the same. Maybe a little bit better, like in the sense that they improved on the first game.
I think Jeffrey's checking.
Are
you?
What?
Are you checking?
Check no.
Oh, I thought you. Well, whatever.
Yeah, even within 2, I do want to get to, but I know that's not an immediate game. And then Wolfenstein. There's too many fucking games coming out this month,
Wolfenstein.
man. Like South Park,
Wolfenstein,
I
I
won't ever get to. That's a game I want to play. I will never get to South Park.
South Park is my next game I want to gamefly after. This week I'm gonna play Marvel's Capcom Infinite.
You should just
Okay.
now. You were saying you wanted a GameFly Friday the 13th, and I'm gonna laugh at you if you do because that game is a piece of dog shit. I am sorry to.
That's another game that you played, huh? That you forgot to mention it.
That game is a piece of shit because I tried playing it the other day, and it's just bad. It's just a. It's just not.
I don't want supporting broken games, but also this week
it's not even that it's broken. It's just not good.
I gotta get level 10 in the Iron Banner, which is just not fun. I'm almost there.
Another thing that you're forcing yourself to do because you don't want to do it. And that's why I've kind of put Destiny on hold until I'll do weekly planning.
I was the first one doing that, dude.
No, I enjoy.
No, but the problem is with Destiny, we could have just a slight Destiny tangent right now. You are the one that was saying you're disappointed with Destiny 2 because there's the replayability isn't the same from Destiny 1. With Destiny 1, it's like you're increasing your reputation, whereas in this game, it's just every time you max the bar out, you get an engram. So it's like I feel like little things that they fucked up from Destiny 1. It's like
they didn't fuck up, dude.
Why did you change
it? It just makes no sense.
They fucked it up if you're a hardcore fan.
They made the game more for casual.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nothing to say, Jeffrey?
I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. The game doesn't suck. It sucks that they cut it off.
So what are you?
Oh man, I think this is the first time that I have seen you as a president. I know it's okay, dude. You'll get fucking 3 in like 3 years, dude. It's probably gonna be worse. So it's all good.
You have to pay $50 for next year's expansion.
Oh shit! Congrats, Nathaniel, for getting.
That's what I was going to get to after you answered the question that you didn't answer. Congrats, Nathaniel, friend of the pod, best friend of the pod. He's been on the pod before, and he just got married. So good shit, bro.
Hey.
That's us trying to
sound. Yeah. All right. Is that it?
All right. Yeah, Miguel, any final thoughts? Jeffrey,
Fired.
You answered the question, but that's fine. We can move on.
I mean, questions, I think it's pretty much all the big ones in the holiday that we're going to try to play if they're in sale or something or rent them. But.
And you could go back to like episode 10 or whatever it was where Miguel talked about his renting
service.
Oh, yeah.
GameStop.
Yeah, Miguel, you should be able to get every game this holiday. What are you talking about?
Yes, sir.
Oh boy! All right, what we got for trophies this week, Miguel?
Interesting one.
Who?
Evil Within 2.
What's up with that?
No one, according to PlayStation, PSN profiles, nobody has gotten the platinum yet.
Wow!
So there's a gold trophy. Complete the game in classic mode. So I don't know if that's like the high like.
Can you sort by rarity? Like, see what the most rare trophy is outside
I can. That actually is the one. The complete the game in classic mode. That's the only description for it.
We should check in on that for next week's episode. See if anyone.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, it looks like
interesting.
13%.
Yeah, because only 0.1% has gotten that trophy, and I guess they're missing something else.
Play the game on classic mode. Because it'll say 0%, and then you hover over it, and it says.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This is probably the first platinum in a long time that I've seen that is 0%.
That no one has it. Yep.
That's crazy.
I saw that and I was surprised.
That might not mean literally 0. It just might mean like 1.
Oh yeah, like maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah. So
that's. I mean,
wow. Let's check back in on that next week. Why don't we add that to next week's stock and just check back in and see if.
Oh wait, the Assassin's Creed Origin trophies are up.
How are we looking for those?
Most of them are complete the main quest.
Oh, GT Sports trophies are live too.
Yeah, they're live. There's a bunch of games.
No platinums got. I don't know. All these are like almost 0. So this game must not have been wild as early as Evil Within.
I'm trying to see if Assassin's Creed has something with online trophies, but it doesn't look like it, which is good.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trophies for GT Sport. It looks like unlocked the ending movie. It's finale.
Ending movie?
Unlocked the ending movie.
Okay.
Is 0.1%. It's a silver, but it looks like there's 3 golds that no one has. Matched Ayrton Senna's record, matched Rubens Barrichello. I don't know, I'm probably saying that wrong. Matched his record, and then matched another guy, Michael Schumacher's record. Those 3 are zeros. Even hovering over them on PlayStation PSN profiles. So GT Sport. I feel like that game probably didn't get advanced copies either. So I'll check back in on those 2 games next week.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah, there's not really
Anthony?
anything else for trophies.
nothing
AC
else, right?
Origins. I guess we'll check back in on AC next week too.
Yeah, AC Origins is pretty much half of them are the complete the quest.
Okay, this one's interesting. Why are Lost Spheres trophies pops? So that game's out in Japan?
No problem.
That is the follow-up to I Am Setsuna. And I am very excited about that game.
Really?
So that's interesting. I didn't realize that game was coming out in Japan earlier than the US.
Didn't that game came out in Japan first? Not Setsuna.
I Am Setsuna?
I Am Setsuna.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't realize that. So that's cool. Lost Sphere. That's gonna be a good game too. I'll probably get on.
Is that a fucking penguin on the fucking trophy thing? Pictures? It's funny. Or the bird. The Planon one, dude, looks so bad, dude. Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. Anything else you guys want to talk about this week before we wrap up?
No.
This week's kind of been a slow week for all 3 of us. I've been busy. Jeffrey's been away. So next week we'll talk more, straight games outside of loot boxes. But this week,
probably not. But we'll try.
Well, I'm gonna try and play a lot more this coming week because I just been so busy with end of quarter shit at work, and Jeffrey's been away. So. This has been PS Best Friends podcast. For any questions, comments, and concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. You can also join in on the conversation, give us questions for the episode, and also ask to become a community guest member on the podcast at facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. And Miguel, where can people find you?
They can find me at PSN, Dark Angel 1010. Or at Twitter at Angel Alvarez 10.
I forgot you had a Twitter too.
You can find me on PSN at Brawl96, on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, Mr. Brawl96.
And you can find me on PSN, the only X188, and on Twitter at Anthony Palm. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe on iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating. That's going to get the word out a lot easier. It's going to get more people listening, which is going to get more people in the group, which is going to get more conversations going between the best friends. And if you could go like us, subscribe to us on YouTube, it's going to help us get our custom URLs sooner. That's going to be a huge help to us as well. Thanks again for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends episode 23, and we will catch you next week.
Peace.
I'm going to take a fucking killer nap right now.